Every guy knows that you're supposed to flirt with a girl to turn her on, but unfortunately very few men actually know how to do it well. And honestly, I was the same way, but after flirting with women in real life for over 13 years, I've gotten a pretty good idea on how to do it. So in this video, I'll decode what flirting is, how to do it well, so you can turn women on. And also, if you want my full flirting guide that has been read by 260,000 men, just comment the word guide and I'll send it to you for free. Before we talk about flirting, let's talk about what you actually need to turn a girl on. And you basically need three things. Number one, she needs to be present, because if she's not present, she's thinking about her work stuff, her problems, then of course she's not going to be able to be turned on. Number two is, if you're going to be the guy that turns her on, she needs to believe that you are a guy of high caliber. Now that doesn't mean rich or extremely good looking. It means that you're a guy that displays high caliber behaviors. And number three, there needs to be a healthy level of positive tension, which we're going to cover in just a second. Now let's talk about what flirting is. And if we boil down what flirting is, it's just a communication style based on emotions. If you think about most communication that you do day to day in your work, even with your friends, it's based of logic, it's based of tangible things. So in your work, you might discuss a project or something that happened in your lives with your friends, but that is all based on logic. Now the problem becomes is when guys try to use the same communication style that they use in their personal lives, they try to apply it to talking to women. Let's say that girl's wearing all black and they go up to a girl and say, wow, I really like your black dress, you're really beautiful. Now, is that flirting? A lot of guys would say yes, but actually it's not flirting because it's based on logic. She's wearing black dress and you're just literally saying she looks beautiful. Now, flirting on the other hand needs to be illogical and emotional. So the way you could do that with the same example is say, wow, I see you have this black dress. You look like you're gonna go and fire 5 interns today, right? Like, it's illogical. Obviously, she's not gonna go and fire 5 interns today, and you just made that up. But is actually flirting, because illogical, playful, and emotional. It's gonna generate a lot more emotions than the first comment. Now you might be asking, okay, so illogical, emotional, but why does it actually work? Why does it turn women on? So number one is, as you remember, the girl needs to be present. And as with a lot of girls, even guys, we live day to day. We go from work to work. There's a lot of busy day-to-day shit. And we're always just overthinking about our lives. So what usually makes us go back present and into our bodies and out of our heads? Usually it's emotional experiences. For example, watching a great movie. If it's a great movie, you kind of forget for 2 hours your day-to-day problems and you focus on this plot, on this story twist, and just generate a lot of emotions. And then you're like, wow, that was great. Even though it's all fake, right? Like the movie's fake, but you don't care about it, it still generates a lot of emotions for you. The same way with flirting. So if you're a guy that knows how to flirt and knows how to create this nice environment, nice conversation, she'll forget for a moment about her day-to-day problems. And this has happened to me many times where I approach a girl on a street like this, and before she's thinking about her work, her problems, she's rushing somewhere, and I approach her, I'm present, I make her laugh, and then 10 minutes later, she's forgotten all about it, and now we have this bubble between me and her where it's just like a magical connection, magical conversation. So that's why flirting works in terms of making the girl present. Number two is it displays that you're actually a high caliber man. So one of the biggest high caliber behaviors that a guy can have is really great social skills. And flirting is a difficult style of communication because it requires thinking on your feet, it requires being present, it requires saying some bold stuff. And if you can do that, you show that you're a guy with high level of social skill, hence you're a high caliber guy. Which is why if you know how to flirt, it's gonna be much more effective to show that you're a high status, or as a lot of guys like to say, high value, than you having a lot of money or you driving a Ferrari. Because when you do have high level social skills, that is a higher level of high caliber man in the eyes of a woman than just having a lot of money. And finally, flirting allows you to create this positive level of tension. When you think about all the popular spicy romantic movies like 50 Shades of Grey, there's a guy and there's a girl. The girl basically lets go of the control of the situation and she doesn't know what's gonna come next. There's this level of unpredictability. And unpredictability is one of the biggest things that you need to turn a woman on, because she doesn't know what's coming. That's why a lot of guys struggle to turn women on, because they're just boring and predictable. Flirting, on the other hand, by nature is unpredictable because you are saying stuff that is out of the norm. That is not the usual, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. You are taking stuff out of the conventional and into the unconventional, into the emotional, into the illogical. And because of that, you also leave room for interpretation. You say a comment like that about the 5 interns. What does he mean by that? And then she has to lean in. She has to lean in to find out what you really mean. Also, she doesn't know what's coming. That's why people love to play games. Like, you don't know what's coming. It's all illogical. A game is illogical, but it's fun. That's why we play it. And that's why flirting turns women on. And if you can master flirting, you'll be one of the few guys that can actually turn women on just by talking, which is a great skill to have. Finally, if you'd like to get my full flirting guide that has helped thousands of men change their dating lives, just comment below guide and I'll send it to you for free. Also, here's a playlist that contains many videos of flirting that you can go and check out. And this playlist alone will make you better at flirting than 99% of the men out there.